the athletes before the race. And now the cousins Willie and Ruby are heading up to get some last minute instructions, do some stretching and some warm-ups. Ruby made full use of this opportunity to really get ready for the race. She was all about stretching and warming up. Willie pretty confident in his abilities on this race. He's not too worried, so he wasn't too much into the stretching and warming up part of the race. Now the athletes are at the pool. Their coaches are putting on their equipment, getting ready for the swim, getting lined up. Willie's happens to be the first one. Ruby's number 6. And here we go. Willie is swimming, making waves, heading down the pool with Coach there. And he's done. Now they're heading to transition. Willie's still confident. He's not in a big rush. He's just kind of chugging along here. Going to get on his bike, he has to put on shoes, and he has to put on a helmet and take his floaties off, and then he'll be ready to go. But don't go too slow, Willie, because Ruby is in the pool and she is also making waves. She is moving down to the end of the pool, and she is so confident in her ability that she just kind of floats around at the end for a little while before she gets out and heads to transition. Now she's making her way out of the pool, getting ready to trot over to transition and get on her bike. Now Willie's in the transition area, and he's getting ready to be treated to like a little pedicure here. We got time, right? Cleaning the feet, wiping the mud off, drying the feet off. Getting his shoes on and getting his helmet on and getting ready to ride, and waving to the fans. Now you have to walk your bike out of the transition area. You can't ride until you get out of the area, and if he could keep his helmet where he could actually see, he'd probably do a little better on the bike. And he's off, and right off the bat he passes a slower rider, so things are looking up for Willie. He's enjoying this ride, looking around. But he can't go too slow because Ruby's right behind him, and her coach is getting her ready to get on the bike, and she's pretty fast on her little bike, so she's gonna make up some ground here, Willie. So you better not mosey too slow along, or you're gonna get passed by your cousin. So she's getting on the bike. She's got to push it. She pushes it to the start line and takes off on it. And I'm pretty sure that her coach was having a hard time keeping up with her. She was smoking on that bicycle. And Willie came close to wiping out, but he's happy rider. He's cruising along, looking around. There is a bridge there, Willie. Willie, there's a bridge. Okay, he's got that. And he heads to transition. He got a little bit of bad directions from the officials. Had to do some little riding through some cones. He was supposed to be on the other side of that building, but doesn't matter. And he gets to the transition. He's got to get off his bike and walk it, which he does just fine. But Ruby is right behind him, and her coach is huffing and puffing. Now they both get in the transition, not too far apart from each other. Willie's getting his stuff ready. He's got to get his hat on. He's got to get his helmet off, and he's ready to run as soon as they figure out which way to go. Now he's off to the finish line. He doesn't have too far to go, and he's got a good steady pace here going. So it won't be long before he's done with his first triathlon. Now Ruby's in. She's getting her helmet off, and she's anxious to go. Look at that. She's taking off in the wrong direction. She don't even know which way to go. She's still full of fire. She's going around the corner. She'll be at the finish line soon. Willie is about to finish his first triathlon. He is under the finish line. I'm not sure what the 8:40 was. I don't think that was days. I don't think it took him that long. And Ruby is right behind him. So we're going to call it a tie because the chips weren't reading today. And then poor Molly, she swam so fast and rode her bike so fast that the cameraman couldn't keep up with her. So she doesn't have a whole lot of footage on the old camera. And actually, I was filming all kind of kids that weren't her because they were coming so fast. The old man got confused. But I did catch up with her at the end of the run, and we got to see her cross the finish line. And she had a good run. The kids had fun. The parents had fun. It was a nice morning, and I think everybody's anxious to do it again. So